This is FanStream Sports.
Please have your attention, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Yeah. Welcome into the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. That show that you've stumbled upon and wonder why you're here. If you don't know why you're here, well, neither do me and Tim. So come join the party. If you're on that recorded podcast, maybe pulling back the curtain a little bit, and you want to go ahead and talk to us, use that FanStream Sports text line at 214-937-0569. That's how you communicate, and it'll ring Tim's phone, and he'll want to show you pictures of his belly button.
It's your belly button, too.
Well, you know, everybody's got one, kind of like a butthole.
Except for, who was it that didn't have one?
That
She had it removed?
Yeah, or she's a clone.
Who was it? The chick. The actress, right?
Yes, I know, and I could name this if you hadn't tried it right now.
With no belly. Patricia Heaton.
Heaton, yes.
The chick from Raymond.
That's correct.
She has no belly button, y'all.
Because she's a clone.
Huh.
Because there was no umbilical cord. So there you go.
They grew it from a sheep.
Yeah, so conspiracy theories. That's not what we do here a lot, but,
Isn't it?
We can do that a little bit. Tim, I tell you what, I came across, by the way, we have a hell of a show.
We do.
We got a little Cowboys talk about to come at you here real quick.
Cowboys.
A little hockey talk, as the hockey pants of one IndyCar Tim are already going crazy. I'm not quite ready,
Man,
to jump in just yet.
I love it already. Downloaded my Victory app. I'm all over it.
I am not quite there. It usually takes a little bit. Like, for me, basketball has to go a little bit before then I'm like,
Is it basketball season?
yes.
I wasn't even aware.
And then I'll be like, all right, now it's time to jump into the hockey as well.
Meh.
So that's where I'm at. So we're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
But you know what? I would take this opportunity at some point during the show tonight, because we should have time. You need to explain to me why there's a tournament at the beginning of the NBA season.
Oh, I don't know the reason why, but I enjoy watching it.
I don't get it. Why?
Huh?
Why?
I mean, it's just the regular season games. They just try and make a little bit more.
What do you win?
You win a trophy of some sort.
You get to keep playing in the regular season?
Right, but yeah, you win that first part of it. Man,
I blame LeBron.
It's not LeBron that did that. It's more the influence of your favorite sport in the world, football.
Gross. Soccer?
It's having more reasons.
Not a sport.
More. I mean, it is. You have to run and do stuff.
You don't need an in-season tournament. You don't need a play-in tournament. And did you see the floors?
Yes.
What the heck were they doing?
It was the same as last year.
They play with that all year, or that's just for the tournament?
It's just for the tournament.
Oh my
to
God,
make it different.
It looked like somebody threw up on all of those courts, and they all had jelly beans before they threw up, and they just smeared it on the wood.
Pretty
And
much.
that's what they just played on.
And they were a lot better than last year's floors, by the way.
God,
Last
I can't
year's
imagine
floors
that.
were horrible.
Reason I don't watch the NBA, y'all.
No, there's a lot of reasons why you don't watch the NBA. Most of them are your own personal bias against certain human beings that cause you to not want to watch NBA basketball. Because and it's your old man isms that get off my lawn.
LeBron James ruined the NBA for me.
The game has changed, and you're like, but back in my day,
get off my lawn, Colby.
Used to be able to throw an elbow at somebody, and yes. Well, back in the day, you used to be able to clothesline people in football.
You should still be able to, including the quarterback.
You can't anymore.
Stupid LeBron ruined the NFL too.
I don't think that was LeBron's fault, but So there you go. There's some things, good, bad, and the ugly. We have on there Skeletor meme, and I might throw some of them in, but I do have a mystery shotgun for you guys tonight as I'm going to explain Wonderman to you because he's got his own show coming.
Is this the male counterpart of Wonder Woman?
It is not.
Oh, because that would be awkward having a male Amazon female.
Right.
I thought this was like a woke segment we were doing.
No, it's so Wonderman is happening. He's happening in Marvel, and I'm going to try and explain what they're doing with the show, but also for those that don't know what or who a Wonderman is and what his powers are, I'll kind of give you the background on that so you know what you should expect from the show, and then we'll see what they give us.
All right.
We've got the NFL picks against the spread where me and Tim fight a coin over NFL supremacy.
We barely have the picks against the spread.
Right. And then I have news and notes, and let's just say news and notes involve robots taking over the world, and that's pretty much the whole segment because I have found some stories that might make your taints tingle a little bit. So
My taint's already tingling, Colby.
So there you go. I did want to get into, before I threw it to you for Cowboys talk,
Okay.
I had a little bit of an issue. It was about a week ago.
Okay.
And the issue was that there was this people that take care of the like the islands in the middle of the of the roads, the gardeners there for those islands.
Oh, the highway islands, not
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Pacific Islands.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I said in the middle of a road.
You
so
did, you
I'm
did.
hoping that would give part of that away.
Not for me.
So what happened was there was a truck in front of me that just had on the back of it that they were gardeners and lawn care workers and whatever. It was professionally advertised on the back. It wasn't like the lawn care group you see going down the road that they don't have time to bother with signs because they're too effing busy, right? And so it's just a trailer with lawnmowers hanging off the back of it. No, this was a professionally done thing. And so they pulled in front of me into the turn lane about to get onto the freeway. And as they did so, they stopped, they came to a complete stop, and then they turned on their emergency lights. They're in front of me. They're hazard. So, to let everybody know, hey, hazard here, we're going to get out and service this little island in front of us.
Right.
I kind of took umbrage to it, to the fact where as I was passing them, I might have had my window down and both fingers out as I was driving with my knees.
They're just doing their jobs.
No, see, here's my problem. And I also caused a complete ruckus as they returned fire with crotch movements and birds and fake masturbation and all of that in my general
How do you know it's
direction.
fake?
Because it was in the air and it wasn't actually grabbing hold of their wieners.
Oh, okay. That's the difference.
And so, at any rate, that kind of pissed me off more because they didn't actually understand why I was pissed. Right? And so I wanted to stop the vehicle and explain to them why I was pissed. It wasn't because they had to stop there, right?
Right.
It was the order of which things happened. They came to a complete stop in front of me and then put on their hazard lights, allowing me no opportunity to go, oh, I know what they're doing. Let me find a way around them. So I'm now stuck in having traffic fly by me as I'm in the turn lane. There's another turn lane that I could get into, but I can't. So I missed like 2 separate shots at a light to get on the freeway and sat there. And all it took for them to do was to, and if you own some kind business like this and you may need to stop, put your hazards on first and warn the people before you come to a complete stop that you're about to be a hazard in the road because you're going to stop. That's the reason why I was mad.
Okay, but you flipped off the entire crew when really it was only the driver that pissed you off.
To get to the driver.
But you don't think they knew why you were mad?
No, I don't. Well, they probably just thought because they stopped in front of me, and that's
Right.
not the case.
Right.
You got to do your job. You got to do your job.
But give me some warning.
Yeah, just some warning. And it reached the point of pissivity where the reason wasn't going to come out of my mouth. So I wasn't going to be able to calmly explain to them
I
that
love this story.
maybe next time you should put on your hazards first to let me know. that I need to, or whoever, that person behind you needs to find a different route. Instead of sitting behind you for a little bit, watching you brake, watch you come to a complete stop, and not know what's going on, and before you exit the vehicle, you throw on your hazards. I'm screwed.
Colby, they didn't care about you.
No, they really didn't.
They give one flip about you or whoever else was behind them. They're just there to do their job.
So, but the scene of me in my vehicle, out of it, driving like Ace Ventura, because my head's sticking out the window and both hands as I'm driving with my knees, unsafe, kids, unsafe, I understand. Driving with my knees, with both birds extended.
Right.
Because, well, they just needed to know. And there's, you know what? And you mentioned this. There's no real way, by the way,
No.
to just flip off one singular person when they're all in a group.
Can't.
They're all going to accept that you are signing to them the universal F off, right?
They're going to throw their air
F you.
crotches at you after that.
That part of that scene, actually, once I got down the road a little bit,
Did it make you giggle?
I thought it was fun. Because if you're just walking up to that, right?
Or if other people are looking out their window seeing that,
Right. They
don't know why.
They don't really see what I have done already, because I'm already back in the vehicle and going. But they are till my vehicle is out of sight, they continued to with everything, with doing all their stuff. And the one guy going, my next question, when you're pissed at somebody and your automatic go-to is to air jerk off.
air crotch.
No, it wasn't just air crotch. It was air, and then throw it like he was in prison, and there was, he had to hit somebody with it.
Can I ask another question? I have a follow-up question, Colby.
What is that threatening?
Why?
It's not threatening me, I don't think.
Okay, look, I don't want to get into all of our personal masturbatory habits. But when you do that, all of you out there listening in podcast and online sports radio land,
I didn't think this is where we were going.
When you do that in the privacy of your own gardening shed,
but, okay,
or wherever it is that you do that, your basement, your mom's
your tree
room,
or whatever.
Do you do that and attempt to catch it in your hand and then throw it across the room in real life?
No.
Then how did it ever come about to be a thing? Pretend.
Because somebody did.
Try that later.
Because somebody did.
I mean, it's going to end up on the wall and somebody's going to find out.
You know what? I actually thought that came from, Clarice. Silence of the Lambs. And in prison where you tried to fling it on people. Right?
Do you do that in prison?
That's what Silence of the Lambs. They flung it on her.
Did they?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
You never saw Silence of the Lambs?
No, I don't like Jodie Foster. What? She's up there. If there was ever a Denzel Washington and Jodie Foster movie, I'm out, double out, Colby.
Wow, she's a pretty good actress.
Oh, I get it. I just can't look at her. Somehow we went from masturbatory to Jodie Foster. And not in the way you think it was.
Just in case you don't realize this, none of this is written down, because there's no way that anybody would have thought this is the way that we're going to go down this path in order to get to
we can't script this.
Jodie Foster.
Flinging
Splooge.
Huh.
In other words, on the intro, it doesn't say Jodie Foster and Splooge Flinging.
No.
By the way, I call that band name.
Just says intro.
Yeah, it just says intro. And also with the intro, by the way, as we now go from the intro into a part where this normally where I asked Tim what day is it today, but he decided that he needed to hurry up and get to the sports report.
So Colby, we're in a bad way right now.
Dallas Cowboys wise.
If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, which a lot of us are.
Yeah, we're not in a bad way, by the way. We're in a great way.
I mean, we're good. I got other NFL interests.
It's about to be Cowboys Christmas up in here.
Is it?
Yes!
I don't know why you're so confident about that.
Oh, it's just change, brother. It's better than what we got, or it could be worse than what we got. But you know what? It's different. It's about to be different around here.
It's going to be very different. Maybe not for the better.
Well, probably not because Jerry's in charge of it, but we have a better chance of it being different better than we do right now if we were to stay with what we got.
So after the matchup with the Texans,
yes.
Actually before the matchup with the Texans, the sky was literally falling on the Cowboys, Colby.
Yep.
As we had a piece of the roof. By the way, they're going to open the roof for the first time in 2 years or something?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the stadium for 14 years. I think the roof has been opened 7 times.
It's about to try it again.
They tried it again, and they did. They opened it. But when they did so, a piece of it fell off. And I'm telling you, dude, that could have been tragic.
Yes.
You remember Super Bowl year when it iced over and there was ice falling off of the stadium and it fell on somebody? I don't think it killed him, but it put somebody in the hospital.
Right.
And then they had to go in and retrofit the sides of the stadium, the roof with the blocks or whatever, those old things the lips that prevented that from happening again. And of course, we haven't had ice like that since.
Right.
But, dude, that thing fell. Well, we know how high that is. And it was a piece of sheet metal from the inside of the underside of the roof. And it wasn't even on the part of the roof that moved. It was on part of the fixed part of the roof. And it fell. It was probably 3 feet wide or 4 feet wide by maybe 8 feet.
Yep.
And of course, you can imagine a piece of sheet metal like that as it's falling. It's flip-flopping, right? So
right.
You have no idea where it's going.
Nope. Neither does it.
And thankfully, it was a good 2.5 hours before the game. And there wasn't a lot of people in the stands. And it fell. Now, it fell on the field, landed on the field. For those that haven't seen pictures, everyone's seen pictures of where it was on social media. And it was right up against part of the barrier between where the field ends and those field level suites start. It was literally sitting up right there.
Right.
Dude, if that would have hit, and if you see there's a video of it falling, dude, it landed 3 feet from a field worker. He never saw it coming.
Nope.
I'm talking tragedy was averted during when that was happening because it could have been really, really bad. And then, of course, I do Tampa radio, Colby, in the mornings. There's a lot of Cowboys haters in Tampa. I was getting all sorts of comments on our show, on our YouTube show page, on our feed from Cowboys haters in the Tampa area that said, how appropriate would it have been for that to just hit Jerry Jones and that's how he goes?
Man.
I mean, that's dark, but I kind of get it. Killed by his own stadium.
It's been Frankenstein's monster all over again, right?
Right. But thankfully, nothing bad happened. There was another piece that was dangling. They had a dangler that the NFL said, y'all need to fix that or we're not holding the game. We will postpone the game. So they had to go up and literally pull it down like you do most danglers when you get one.
Right.
You can't just leave it there.
No.
It was painful after a while. And they fixed it. Whatever, the game went on, and the game went, of course, just about how we thought it was going to go. 34-10 Texans. The game was much closer than the 34-10 as the Texans pulled away late, as teams often do here. I was impressed with the way the Cowboys were able to sort of maintain the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Turnovers hurt them really bad. I think we found out a couple of things. Tyler Guyton might not be the guy. I'm not giving up on him, but he doesn't look much better than Mozzie Smith to me. Did as another first-round pick. Has not figured out the NFL yet. He hasn't looked good all season. He's had a couple of good series that he strung together in games, but overall, man, I'm not looking good. And Colby, we have the rare ability this season for the Cowboys to lose the most games in franchise history.
Let's do it.
As, of course, tied for the most lost games in franchise history because, of course, 1-15, the worst season, 0-14, the worst season ever. 1-15, worst season ever since in the Super Bowl era, of course. What was that? Jimmy's first year.
Right.
We had the great Steve Walsh at quarterback.
No one's ever said that except for when he was in college.
The great Miami Hurricanes, Jimmy Johnson protege, Steve Walsh. Aikman start, 3 games that year? I think he was hurt most of the year. But anyway, they can lose 15 games this year, right?
Let's do it.
They're 2-8. Oh, sorry, they're 3-7. Damn it, they can't. They can only go 3-14. All right, I'll take back the entire segment.
Wow,
Go Cowboys!
glad you were prepared. Now,
I'm just kidding.
I will tell you, Tim, I am excited because a couple of things we got going in our favor here with the change is coming. At least this is what I think. Because
wait.
they went after the coach with the skins on the wall, right?
Right.
That's the last one.
Yep.
So what happens after the coach with the skins on the wall? You go after
The rookie college coach.
Yeah, you go after the college coach.
I just don't know that Jerry will ever do that.
I think he will, just because how fed up he is with the offensive or defensive coordinator. Right? You're not going to just go after skins on the wall, because this is kind of the flip flop, kind of like with the players coach,
Right.
and then the just the whip cracker as
Yep.
it was. You don't go, you go back and forth on that, right?
Right.
Well, now it's time for that maybe you get the coordinator that everybody thinks that you should get, or the college coach that everybody thinks you should get. Maybe you get that chance for new plays and young blood to be run through here. Just maybe. We've tried it before. We didn't like what we got, right?
Who have we tried it before with?
Well, yeah, it was from Jason Garrett to we didn't like what Kellen Moore was doing to...
Oh, yeah. I mean, actually hired. But Jason was an internal guy anyway. He was a Cowboy lifer.
Right.
They haven't really gone out to another team and gotten a coordinator.
No, they haven't.
Obviously as a head coach. But I see where you're going, and there are certainly some guys out there that I would pinpoint. I just don't know that Jerry's going to go that route, man. I think Jerry wants to go with somebody proven.
Yeah, and that's proven, hopefully, with how pissed off he is, that he needs to change. At this point, right? Because this is the losses. I mean, I've seen Jerry in a losing season before, but how irritated he looks up there when they go to him is epic.
And every week, Steven and whoever's up there with him seem to sit farther and farther away.
Yeah, because,
he's like Jerry's sitting by himself during these games.
right, because of how irritated and how his team out there is looking with how much money he's got going into it. And it's because, Jerry, you haven't done a good job as a general manager. You've put together one of the worst groups that's not... And everybody, from the fans to the sports hosts here in Dallas, looking at you, Sean and RJ, have suggested to you what you should do with this team. And a lot of the fans were in, accord, saying, this is what's wrong with this team. Before the season even started, guess what? And you kept saying, no, nuh-uh, we're all in.
That's getting bad, man.
And I think this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back with this season. Might be the big heads are going to roll. You're not going to lose. You're not going to get Jerry's no longer the GM. You're not ever going to get that.
No.
But you may get the changes that a lot of us fans want to see. You might not, but the opportunity is there. And that's why I say this losing season could end up being Cowboys Christmas.
Yeah, and the reason I question that, I don't disagree that that's going to happen, because it's clearly going to happen. The Cowboys are playing, or hopefully losing, for a draft pick, right?
Right.
But at this point, after what I've seen from Tyler Guyton, after what I've seen from Mozzie Smith, I don't know that they would make the best choice with that draft pick. I don't know that they would do the best thing for the club. Now, I mean, I would not, and not this year, because you don't really have a decent quarterback that I say is a first round draft pick this year that I've seen so far.
Right.
I think that's a discussion for another day, but
I don't think you're going quarterback anyway, so.
Man, I think you probably should have, though. Not that he needs to replace Dak immediately, but, Dak's not going to play out 4 years of this contract.
Probably not.
Rush is gone after this year. Trey Lance is gone after this year. You know what I'd like to see a backup quarterback here, Colby? And that's not what our conversation's about, but bring me the head of Daniel Jones as the backup to Dak.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No. I need him to go to the XFL and relearn how to do stuff first.
No, I think he would be a more than suitable backup
whatever they're
quarterback.
calling it now.
The UFL.
Yes.
Not the MeFL, the UFL.
That's right.
But anyway, look, I agree. The Cowboys are going to lose a lot of games this year, and they're going to have a top 6 draft pick, probably.
Yep.
More than likely. I just don't know that they're going to do anything worthwhile with it. I have zero confidence in this club to draft anymore. They had a few good years up until the last 2 years.
Well, again, it's what you're asking and what you're asking Will McClay to get, and he's trying to fit the people that match what you're asking him to get. And I think
That. Draft the best players.
That's exactly right. That's
Tyler
exactly.
Guyton was not the best player on the board at number 29.
Nope.
He was what you needed.
Yeah.
No, and terrible. Anyway, there's your Dallas Cowboys talk.
Better coaches will make that offensive line look a lot better.
Like who?
Huh? I don't have to name who. I can just say better coaches will.
I don't disagree. I think this entire coaching staff is checked out, to be quite honest with you.
Yep. And,
Maybe with the exception of Zimmer,
well, I was going to say the exception of Al Harris, but
our next defensive coordinator. I guarantee you he'll be a quick coordinator somewhere next year.
oh, damn right.
Probably not in Dallas.
So you had, as we now jump on the two-legged handlebar of a Segway,
Ooh,
you had a little NHL player poll. that you-
handlebars have legs?
I mean, yes.
Huh. All right. They have handles.
We're putting our two-leg person on the handlebars of the two-wheel
Oh,
Segway.
I'm giving you a pump?
You
Is that what you used to call it?
no,
I'm pumping somebody?
no, never said that.
That's what we always called it as kids. Like if I gave you a ride on the back of my bike,
Uh-huh.
on the handlebars or whatever, I'm giving you a pump.
Yeah, I know that's how it was said.
So that wasn't just me.
I just never said it.
Okay, now I don't know. I never questioned it at the time because I was, 8. I didn't know about sex and innuendos.
Uh-huh.
That took till I was 9. So Colby, via The Athletic,
Oh dear.
the NHL does a player poll every season. And it's always fun because this year's got some Gretzky stuff with it because, of course, Alex Ovechkin creeping up on Wayne Gretzky's all-time points goal. And he's 39. He just got hurt the other day, went knee to knee with somebody. And I tell you, Alex Ovechkin, all the Soviet hockey that he played, or I guess Russian hockey, it wasn't Soviet, it was Russian hockey. I guarantee you that is an old 39 body, too, 30-year-old body. That's not your typical Mike Modano being 39. You know, that dude's played some hockey. He's got some miles on those wheels.
He also fought bears and stuff.
Yeah. He probably eats poop and drinks urine. Is that the other bear?
What? So it's not. Wait, by your estimation now, for somebody to say they're smarter than the average bear, it's not that great because they eat and drink stuff.
Smarter than the average Bear Grylls.
Okay.
Is that what that means?
No, it's not.
Oh, I stand corrected.
You stand in that zone a lot.
I stand erected, Colby.
No.
So out of all of the questions, and there's some fun ones here, and I wanted your opinion because they've got some potential rules things, and not that these are under consideration, but you always wonder, like players in a league, whatever sport it is, hey, what would you change about the game you play every day?
Okay, right.
Stuff like that, and a lot of these are things that we've all thought of. Before that, you know, they got like the top question was, do you want Alex Ovechkin to break Wayne Gretzky's goals record?
No.
98.1% of current NHL players polled, yes.
Well,
They want it to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
1.9% said no. Now, keep in mind the average age of an NHL player is 28 years old.
right.
They never saw Wayne Gretzky play.
No.
Of course, they recognize him, know who he is, and know his greatness, but none of them have seen him play, especially in person, obviously. And so, I don't know that most athletes of any sport, the majority of athletes playing currently in any sport, give two rats' asses about the history of that league or that sport.
A lot of them do when you ask them, but
Except maybe golf.
There's quite a few. I think the oddity is the few that don't know are so vocal about not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot do, but the few that don't know are vocal about not knowing.
Like if I went to Colorado, went to Avalanche practice, and I interviewed 15 current Colorado Avalanche players and said, what city was your team based in before they moved to Colorado to Denver?
Oh, they made on.
They would have zero. Nobody would know.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, none of them would have any idea.
And you know what?
Do you?
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but I mean, there's a difference between not knowing and not caring.
Were they the Whalers?
No, that's Carolina.
All right. Then I don't.
They were that right there. They were the Nordiques. The Quebec City Nordiques. Eh? So, but that's part of the history. And that wasn't that long ago. That was 1996 when they moved.
Right.
That's not that long ago, right?
I mean, no, that's long. There's an adult human in between here and there.
Oh, God. Hurts my heart.
Adult human in between here and there.
All of my adult humans are between here and there. That's hard to imagine. Anyway,
What?
I don't think anybody cares about Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's record. I love records to be broken. I don't have a problem with it. And Ovechkin, to me, is worthy. Like, he's one of the greats, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have any issue at all with him breaking that record. And Gretzky doesn't either. He's on record as saying, man, I hope he does it. And if Gretzky's on board with it, how can you not be? It's his record.
Well, I mean, I can be because it's my own opinion. I kind of hold I hold Wayne Gretzky in the same tier as I hold like Michael Jordan.
Right. Oh,
Right?
sure. Yeah.
And so because of that, I don't want anybody to ever touch anything like. Don't try and compare anybody else to Michael Jordan because he's up here.
Right.
So don't try and compare anybody else to Wayne Gretzky because he's up here.
Yeah.
You can be down here. You can be Ovechkin down here, but you're not Gretzky, right?
Yeah.
So
I get it.
that's me.
Some of the other things they talked about, injuries. Of course, in the NHL, they don't necessarily have injury transparency.
Right.
You get hurt, you have a lower body injury.
Which could anybody be wear from your waist to your toe.
And that's kind of for the player's protection, right? Because when you get back out on the ice, especially in the playoffs, you don't want guys to target your separated shoulder. And that's kind of why they do that. So they ask players, are you opposed to the NHL having more injury transparency? Yes, 67.1%. In other words, they want teams to be more specific with injuries.
Right.
Which is weird that the players are in favor of that.
I think the players are in favor of it mainly because you see a play out there that's trying to fight through an injury. You just when you see an NHL player out there, you're like, well, he's got a lower body, which could be anything from his toe hurts to like the lower body injury is he's got a partial fracture.
Right. It could be either he broke his ankle or he stepped on a Lego.
Yeah. There's
like, okay.
And so I think, until we find out later that, by the way, he played with a broken leg, which, has happened in the sport of hockey before. Imagine that. And until you find out later, it's like, no, we'd like to find out now that he's like Emmett Smithing it out there. He's got a separated shoulder and he's doing that now. I could understand.
It's insane. Colby, should the NHL expand to 34 teams?
No, they should take away some of the teams.
80.5% of NHL players say yes, which is weird. Why do you want more teams?
Because if you're currently already in the NHL and you have more teams, you have more opportunity to stay in the NHL because of your talent.
Well, maybe just stay good at your job.
But hey, don't you like job security? I like job security. Wait, there's more teams out here I can play for? I get more job security.
Yeah. And so, being more specific with that, where would you like to see a new NHL team play, Colby?
San Antonio.
Not on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 12 cities. Again, NHL teams, possible expansion. Out of 175 NHL players, here are the bottom. Miami?
Oh, hold on. If they make a Miami team.
We already have one.
No, make a actual, I know, they've got one, but the one that's first is they're Miami.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of Florida.
Right. And we don't call them the Miami Vice. I'm going to have a fit.
Sounds like a soccer team. Colby, Miami,
Uh-huh.
Oklahoma City,
Screw them.
Helsinki,
What?
which isn't in America, Kansas City. I would have no problem with Kansas City having another hockey team. San Diego.
All right.
I would love this team too. Saskatoon.
No.
There's
not enough.
I believe that's in Saskatchewan, Colby. Austin.
Okay.
Toronto, which last time I checked already has one. An original 6. Atlanta, which is now defuncted 2 NHL franchises that had to move, the Flames and the Thrashers.
Yeah, don't do
who
that.
are now the Jets. Arizona,
No.
who just went into bankruptcy and had to split their team in half. Half the team moved to Utah. The other half stayed in Arizona for them to try to build an arena and become the Arizona Coyotes again. Colby's second most votes came for the team I just pointed at back here where they left. Quebec City.
They don't need hockey there.
Would love to see another team, and if they don't call them the Nordiques again, I'm going to hunger strike for 2 hours.
You could go longer.
The length of my hunger strike will be 2 hours. Colby, the number one overwhelming winner of this poll, where players would like to see a new NHL franchise play, Houston.
I would actually be all right with that. There would be another Houston team to hate. I don't hate the Houston Texans. There's the thing.
I do.
I don't hate the Houston Texans.
Especially their new ugly colors and uniforms. They're hideous.
Those uniforms look tight.
No, they look just like it. I can't tell the difference between the Falcons and the Texans now. They look exactly alike.
You may want to upgrade your TVs, whatever they are.
Dude, I am working on 180p, sir. That's the best you can get.
You know, it's 4K. It's 4K.
I think 180p is better. Colby,
No.
you get... I don't care about that. Sports gambling. Okay, rules changes, Colby, real quick. This is my deep dive here. These are questions about the overtime.
Okay.
One rule change that they could give, okay, most of them were about overtime. So one player said they want a continuous overtime, abolish the shootout. Now, this is regular season.
Wow.
Obviously.
Take too much time.
Which I'd be into. Somebody said instead of shootouts, you go 3-on-3, then you go 2-on-2. They said it could be kind of fun, but then it would be tough with the stats because it would change things. So they're conscientious about the effect on numbers.
I think they should just go 1-on-1.
Is that just kind of the shootout?
No. It's goalie versus goalie.
And they can't leave their crease.
Now, that's the real change that I want to change. The goalie can go anywhere they want.
That would be awesome. Let's see. One player said 10-minute overtimes. I think overtime is the best for the fans. I think for the players it's fun too. So right now, you have in the regular season, you do 5-minute overtimes, or 1 5-minute overtime, and then you have the shootout. This guy just wants to go 10-minute overtimes, period.
Can you imagine? I want to go back to what I just said. Can you imagine?
The goalies
Being able to go anywhere they want, and all of a sudden there's a delayed penalty. Instead of the goalie going to the bench, he just skates up to become part of the forecheck to just try and make things happen.
Oh, I'm in. Just for sure.
Be like an offensive lineman, you handing the ball off to an offensive lineman. Here comes the goalie with all of his pads that don't care what happens. Here we go. And just bowl in a china shop.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Make it happen, hockey.
You've seen some of that stuff in the 80s and 90s a little bit.
Make it happen, hockey.
Colby, somebody brought up the topic of an overtime shot clock.
What?
Wasn't the most popular rule, but other players did have opinions on the overtime and on penalties. So one player said power plays shouldn't end if a goal is scored. So, you have a 5-on-4 power play for high sticking, right?
Right.
If you score, they come out of the box. They want to play the power play the full 2 minutes regardless. It's like a major. If you have a 5-minute major,
right,
you just score as many times and they stay in the box. They want that for minor penalties too. I don't have a problem with that.
I actually don't either.
That wouldn't be bad at all for me. And there's another one here that kind of, I think they would go hand in hand if you made this change. It's the Professional Women's Hockey League rule. A shorthanded goal results in the player leaving the box. So if your team is on the penalty kill and you score a shorthanded goal, the power play is over. And
You really beat the power play.
yeah.
So, yeah, no, I dig that.
Right? So if you do that, where it's full 2 minutes, unless you score shorthanded, then they can come out of the box. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem with any of that at all, but it's just now more stuff for me to have to try and explain to the person that doesn't watch hockey. I'm not sure how much I like that.
And by the way, breaking news, there's a professional women's hockey league. I didn't know that.
That's breaking.
Did you know that?
Yes.
How did you know that? That there's a women's professional hockey league?
I don't know, but I did.
Is there a professional women's, soccer league?
You wait. Do you not think that there's a professional women's soccer league?
Not that I've ever heard of. Do we have a team in Dallas? Look, there's barely a professional women's basketball league.
Yeah, so we're not going to, but yes, does a professional women's soccer league exist? Yes.
But a major one. I don't mean Dallas versus Waco.
What?
Like a national league. Where you have teams in California, in Ohio, in Florida. I don't think that exists. There's no way. Nobody's dumb enough to finance that, Colby. Okay, Colby, and here's the one I think you would like the most. You ready?
Uh-huh.
As you look up the Women's Hockey League, or soccer, or whatever.
Yes, so the National Women's Soccer League is a thing.
Okay.
They have standings.
How many teams?
Okay, let me look. Standings.
3. So 3 teams, that doesn't count.
No, there's 10 more in here. Orlando, Washington, Gotham, Kansas City, North Carolina, Portland. There's just one called the Bay. Chicago, Louisiana, San Diego, Utah, Angel City, Seattle, and Houston.
All right, tricked up names don't count. You don't call a team Gotham. Is Batman their general manager?
Yes, and now that's my favorite team now.
All right,
They're currently in third.
Where can I see their games on TV? What is their TV deal? Are they on Saturdays on ESPN? Or are they on the Ocho on
They're
Wednesday
on the
nights?
Ocho. You can find them on the Ocho.
During our show on Wednesday nights.
What is the average attendance for the National Women's Soccer League in 2024? 11,000 fans per match.
That's more than the Tampa Bay Rays average at the Trop.
Yep. Hey, you want to talk about how their stadium's doing?
I hope they never get another stadium, Colby. So, Colby, the one rule change that one player brought up that I thought you would most agree with. Okay. Are you ready? What player said, I'm sure they're glad this was anonymous, allow kicking and headbutting.
Okay, the kicking I can understand not allowing because you're wearing knives on your feet.
Players have almost died.
The headbutting, man, you should allow that.
You're wearing helmets and visors. They need to do away with visors, by the way. They should do away with helmets. Screw that.
Just
Craig McTavish never needed one.
Let's run out there and Gordie Howe that thing.
Hell yeah.
Look at me.
And they also said allow you to be able to kick and headbutt the puck in the net, too.
Headbutting the puck in the net, yes, again. I'm okay with it.
But you don't think kicking?
No, because again, you're causing. You don't want to have a reason for you to be flying your knives around.
Well, I don't mean like a bicycle kick out of the air.
That's what would end up happening. You know that's what would end up happening. You would see 3 different people try the bicycle Pele
with a hockey puck.
Yes. Watch this, and then it becomes a thing.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
I'm just waiting on the next person to try the Saquon Barkley jump and end up just planting their ass right into somebody's face.
I gotta see an AI-generated hockey player bicycle kicking a puck in the net. I bet AI could do that.
Of course.
Allen Iverson could do that.
Allen Iverson can do a lot of things.
Except play basketball.
He was one of the best, sir. Shut your mouth.
Best at his middle school, maybe.
No, whoa.
Okay, elementary, you're right.
No, you be quiet. If that dude was average NBA height, the league would have been over with. You shut up. I mean, it was already over with anyway.
Not till LeBron was here.
AI was badass.
AI was LeBron before LeBron was here.
No, he's no.
I don't have a problem with Allen Iverson. I'm just joshing you.
Okay.
I'm just timming you, Colby. Take us a break already.
All right, so coming up next, we're going to do the good, bad, and the ugly, and then I've got a mystery shotgun that's going to explain a lot of things to you that you probably want to hear. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Sports fans, Fanstream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that Turf Life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, Turf Life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Rip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon at DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you now. More Fanstream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
What up?
And we are done commiserating about the Dallas Cowboys.
Kind of.
We have other things to talk about, Colby, that has some significance in the world of entertainment and celebrity lore. As it's time for everyone's second favorite Colby segment.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
I mean,
Second favorite Colby segment?
sure.
It's not this one?
That's coming up after this one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. We do have a mystery shotgun.
We do have a mystery shotgun.
As Colby's got all of the fun for us in the world of comic book movies and entertainment, not sports-related shotgun things. But before that, Colby, it's time for this.
Yes. It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. That segment to where I go through all the people that have been born today. And I try to find the people that are famous enough to make my list, make a list out of the people I think are famous enough to make my list. And
check it twice.
Offer them up to you guys.
You make your list and check it twice?
I do, a lot of times.
All right.
And offer them up to you guys along with me and Tim as we each individually decide who we think the good person, the bad person, and the ugly person of today's good, bad, and ugly is. So, starting off today, and it's I don't know if it's ironic because maybe I don't know what that means. But Tim did start off by saying that we were done with our Cowboys news, and yet I'm just going to go ahead and throw these our birthdays for today, and I'm going to throw them off in a list, just so you know the reason why they're on here. Tashard Choice is 40. Tyler Biotish is 27. Cedric Wilson Jr. is 29. Joey Galloway is 53. And Zach Martin is 34.
I can't write all of those down. Are they not part of our...
No, they are. I mean, you can put Zach on there and Joey Galloway. I mean, you don't have to put Tashard Choice, Tyler Biotish, and Cedric Wilson on there.
Forgot Tashard Choice was a thing.
You don't remember the TC celebration?
I do. Tyler Biotish can go suck my big one or my little one, whichever one he wants to. Not a fan. Future Hall of Famer Zach Martin can do whatever he wants with me.
I mean, just...
Remember when Zach Martin was a rookie and he almost ended Sean Lee's career?
I do.
In training camp?
I do.
Everybody thought, who is this idiot Zach Martin from Notre Dame? Get him out of here. It's a good thing we didn't. Joey Galloway, and then who was the other one?
Cedric Wilson.
Four of those are ex-Cowboys.
True. But they're on here because they work.
I hate Joey Galloway, by the way.
I don't.
Never. No, I don't blame him for anything. I just don't like him.
Okay. That's a
I hate him at Ohio State. I hate him on college football coverage. He's one of the worst analysts I've ever heard in my life on TV, and I've heard some bad ones.
Huh.
And he almost ruined the Cowboys.
Well,
they were already ruined pretty much. Remember when they said... So actually, this is proof that Jerry is not new making bad wide receiver trades.
No.
With, what's his face in this game? With the Mingo Road coming to town. He had... he went and got
Rocket.
That wasn't a bad trade, and actually Rocket was pretty good here. Who's the other guy from Texas? Roy Williams.
Yeah,
God, he was terrible, dude.
He wasn't good.
Joey Galloway, God, because Troy needed somebody to throw the ball to,
right?
And then Troy retired, and we were stuck with Joey Galloway.
Starting off. Today, after the Cowboys, Bo Derrick's birthday is today. She turned 68.
Can't wait for her to turn 69, dude. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Knew that was coming. Turning 53 years old today, Joel McHale.
I like Joel McHale.
Kevin McHale's son.
I don't think so. Did you know Joel McHale played college football?
No, I did not know that.
Played tight end at UCLA.
Now I do.
And was being scouted by the NFL until he blew his knee out. Back in that day, it was a bigger deal than it is now, obviously.
Right.
But no, he wasn't a bad tight end at UCLA back in the Pac-10 back in the day.
Turning 73 years old today, Roger Bumpass.
Where would I know that name from?
He would be the voice of one Squidward.
Oh, okay. I know I'd seen his name before.
Imagine that's what you did, and that's what you made all your money, is just being Squidward.
Okay.
That would be
I would take it.
That would be amazing.
And everywhere you go, everybody's like,
do it.
Do the voice.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
All right. Hell yeah. But I'd make up like really weird, pornographic, inappropriate things to say in the voice.
I wouldn't if I was the voice actor for a kid's show.
Well, I wouldn't do it in front of kids.
But you know he's whipped out Squidward in like the bedroom, right?
Like porn Squidward.
That's just too much. I
Tell me
can't
to do
even
that.
think about that anymore.
I'd have an OnlyFans where that's all I did, and you just had to pay to listen to it.
Oh, dear God. Turning 61 years old today. Still would, Tim.
Okay.
Still would.
Oh, Bo Derek.
Of course. Ming Na Wen.
No clue who that person is.
You've probably noticed her from some Disney Plus Star Wars shows.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
1 bajillion%, Colby. I was hoping that's who that was.
Yep.
From, of course, what's his face? Boba Fett's counterpart, right?
Right.
Plays the android.
Yeah.
Dude, remember when I said I don't like Asian chicks?
I have heard that before.
Like, her and Mina Kimes are kind of the exceptions to that rule.
So.
Oh my God, she's hot. Now I know her name.
Robert F. Kennedy, don't know why you want to do that to the Kennedys, passed away in 1968.
But today was his birthday.
It's his birthday today.
Huh.
That's the reason why he's on this list, Tim. It's a
I know.
birthday
He
list.
built a cool stadium in Washington, too. Boom.
Oliver Sykes turns 38 years old today. You probably haven't heard anything that he has done, but he is the lead singer to Bring Me the Horizon.
How can anyone do that?
Bring Me the Horizon?
How can I bring you a horizon? How can I do that?
You know
I
what?
can't go get it,
Yeah.
and I can't bring it anywhere.
That's the name of the band, Tim.
Out of control,
It's
man.
also a very good band.
I'm out.
It's also a very good
Dumb
band.
name.
It's actually a really cool name.
No, it is cool. I take it back. I'm lying.
He's not asking you to bring him the horizon.
Sounds like
He's
it.
just like, bring me the horizon.
It's like the band name Cage the Elephant.
Yeah.
Is Cage the name? Or is that a verb? Like they're asking you to cage an elephant.
Yes.
Or they saying cage, elephant. I don't know. It confuses me, and I don't like it.
No, but that's the
They need
reason.
to clarify which one it is.
Because that's the reason why it's their name.
It's terrible. I stay up at night sometimes thinking about that.
Turning 41 years old today. I don't know his work, but I have heard a lot of him. Enough that I guess he's good at what he does. Future.
That's his name?
Yep.
What does he do?
He is a hip-hop artist, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm out.
And finally, turning 82 years old today, Joe Biden.
Hey, goodbye.
Then,
Oh, I almost did that too. Is he really 82?
I believe, yeah,
I thought he was 182.
that's what the the famous people's birthdays were.
By the way, Joe Biden and Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, both very prominent Trump supporters at this point in time. I love it. So great. They voted for Trump. Colby? I'm not doing Facebook birthdays today because I don't care about anybody on Facebook anymore.
All right, then.
Kind of out on Facebook. I'll be done with Facebook. But I can't for my job, though. I can't be done with Facebook because I have to use it for work.
Right.
Like, not this work, like my other work. It really bothers me that I can't unplug sometimes. All right, Colby, my good, and I don't know that there was ever any question after you read her name. It's Ming Hua Wen -Ham.
Ming Na Wen.
What did I say?
You said Ming Hua.
Ming Hua Ham Wen.
It's a Ming Na.
I will call her whatever I want to call
You will
her.
call her her name.
And she will like it.
She will not. She will kick your ass.
It's like hyphenated. Oh, it's right there on the screen. Why not? Oh, it is Na. How do you like that? Ming Na Winham.
Sounds like you didn't want to order that.
Sounds like I dropped some silverware. And by the way, I pick her over Bo Derek
Yeah.
and Joel McHale.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest goods in the history of ever, who probably should be an all-time good, Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy, sir. I'm sorry, Robert Francis Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
Fitzgerald's his brother's name. So yeah. I went I went there. My bad. I think it's really easy for me, Colby. Joe Biden.
Okay.
And my ugly. I don't know what it looks like, but you told me what it does.
I forgot Dirk Bentley's 49.
Okay, he won't factor into this at all. Because he is a weird name and plays bad music. I'm going to go with Future as my ugly. I don't even know what he looks like, but he can't be attractive.
I'm not an ugly dude.
He's not an ugly dude?
He's not an ugly dude.
Colby has a man crush.
No, I'm just saying he's not an ugly dude.
If I just type Future, it's going to know what I mean.
Probably.
Oh, there it is. Right over to Future Man. Nah, he's ugly.
Not an ugly dude.
He looks like Scottie Pippen. Yeah, no, I'm out.
I don't see it.
I stand by my choice, sir. What says ye?
My good, of course, is Roger Bumpus,
Okay.
the voice of Squidward.
Wow, over my future ex-wife?
Dude, it'd be like somebody from Bob's Burgers having a birthday today. I go to sleep watching Squidward.
Really? I didn't know you were that into that show. You hate comedies.
I just turn my brain off. There it is. SpongeBob's on.
Huh.
And I'll go to sleep. So, my bad, I'm going to go with, there's not really a whole lot of bads on here.
No, not like all obvious ones there weren't.
No, I'm going to go with Dirk Bentley,
Okay.
just because I don't really like your style of music, sir.
Nope.
And my ugly, you know what? Tyler Biotish isn't really good looking dude.
No. But he's a ex-cowboy. Well, he's an ex-cowboy, so there you go.
Right.
And a current commander.
True. So there you
I can
go.
get him out of here.
So there you go.
All right, there we
There's
go.
my good, bad, and ugly. Time for another segue. It's time for this. Oh, yeah. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. I was waiting on that.
Almost forgot.
I was waiting on that.
Multitasking over here.
Tatiana Maslany. She was the She-Hulk.
She's hot too, by the way.
By the way, and the hotness of She-Hulk, we also have to Malia Araya.
Mm-hmm.
That's the body double for actual She-Hulk.
Right. Also hot.
Also super hot. Both of them, I guess, might be a little mad right now.
Because there's no more She-Hulk.
Well, we got even further notice on how much there's no more She-Hulk.
Oh, no. I wanted it.
And so the Mouse Ears and Tatiana are in a little bit of a, they don't like each other. There's a fight.
I got you production music for Mystery Shotgun. Have I ever played it for you?
I don't think so. There's a fight going on, and we've been hearing in the background, the likelihood of there being a She-Hulk season 2 is very, 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 very small.
Yeah.
But we might have had a glimpse into how small. So if you go to Disney Plus right now, and you were to click on to look at just the Marvel stuff, the old header that they had up was one of, like everybody that's in a Marvel Disney Plus show is up on this header. And on the right, at the very end, was She-Hulk.
Right.
Well, they didn't make a new picture. They didn't take all the rest of, and do something else. No. It's the same picture, but instead of She-Hulk being in there, they just cut her out and put Deadpool there.
Oh, so not only are you not coming back,
Right.
you never existed.
Right. They're erasing her from history.
Wow.
Look. It's one thing to be like, we just updated the photo with more current stars that people want to see, right? If that was the thing, and you just happened to leave off She-Hulk, okay, maybe an oversight, right?
Right.
But the fact that somebody just went in and said, cut, paste.
And what was wrong with She-Hulk
There was nothing
as a
wrong.
series?
There was nothing wrong with She. Now, a lot of the quote,
You just lose your earbud.
yeah, as I pulled on them with my hand.
Yeah.
A lot of your quote comic book nerds didn't like it.
Right. Well, that's you, but you liked it.
I liked it because I mean, until there were some spots at the end where I was like, "What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing?" Especially the very end when you just randomly met Hulk's son that they didn't take time to fully CGI out, and he just looked like he might have been on an old 1990s episode of Transformers that they just CGI'd. Then, yeah, that was bad.
Well, but isn't that because they knew there was probably not going to be a season 2 and they're just trying to squeeze shit in there?
No, that at the time of that shooting, they thought
there would be?
and also, by the way, that was working its way into the Hulk movie,
Right.
That was
Right.
going to happen. That still has yet to happen. So
Bring back Ed Norton.
no, it's
No, I'm just kidding.
It's totally fine. Ed Norton's Hulk was not bad at all. He just wanted too much money.
Yeah, I just don't like him.
Just wanted too much money. He's probably wishing that he didn't ask for all that money now because he would have all that money now with as many films as they got to do. So
Yep.
there you go. Good looking at their Ed Norton. You end up being that guy that doesn't exist.
He kind of doesn't now.
So, but at any rate, yeah, She-Hulk. Not been gone the way of the dodo, folks.
I don't like that, man. That was like one of my favorite series.
Because here's the other thing, is that they're not going to use her as the character, which means they'll have to reboot it, which means that they're going to wait a long-ass time to reboot it. Because you can't just make somebody else now the new She-Hulk. It's not like people are clamoring for She-Hulk.
I was.
People would clamor for, we need another Batman. People clamor for somebody else to play Captain America.
Right.
You know what I mean? People, or Iron Man. You're not clamoring for She-Hulk. So that's the problem with it.
So what other entities or shows or what are they planning on using her character in? And like what's she going to be in?
Well, no, she was going to be part of, because there's going to be some parts where she's actually a part of the Fantastic Four. There's some parts where she's a part of the Avengers, right? She's made her way through nearly every single affiliation and team.
Right.
It's not mutant related.
Right.
She's been a part of them.
But why
In the
can't they
comic
just
books.
continue to use her as a character, but not redo this or not bring her back in season 2? Like, why can't she still be She-Hulk in future endeavors in Marvel? Like, that doesn't have anything to do with a season 2.
Because Tatiana and Disney, not the real Tatiana, the fake one that plays She-Hulk, they're in a fight, like a lawsuit fight.
Oh, okay.
So things have gotten so
Burn
bad
bridges.
bridges have been burned,
Yep.
and the whole thing's going backwards, as my dad would say.
I think she needs a hug.
So there you go. So if you were wondering and hoping, She-Hulk season 2, it never really had a chance to go, but it's even more not going to happen. Because again, they just slapped on Deadpool and said called it a day. So there you go.
Don't like it.
Upcoming Marvel series that just released a trailer that I'm finding out that a lot of people, even though they claim to be super into Marvel, didn't know that this character existed and have been looking around and kind of questioning what's going on, as Wonderman will make an appearance and have his own series and will make his way. By the way, this is not a scoop. This was what will happen. He will be in the new Avengers movies.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what they're going to do with this series, because this doesn't look anything like the Wonder Man that I know.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to give you what the Wonder Man that I know and how he came about. Right. So this guy.
Is that the Wonder Man you know on my screen right there?
Yes. That is the Wonder Man that I know on your screen.
But probably not that guy.
No.
Okay.
So the story of Wonder Man is, you would almost call him the Green Arrow to Batman in a little ways, is that he has his own like he builds weapons,
Okay.
right? He's kind of like your mini Tony Stark.
Okay.
All right. So he's into that. He's got his own weapon warehouse and all of that, and he's part of that ilk. And then Zemo, who's been in the MCU but not wearing his purple corduroy mask, which I missed, by the way. He needs to put that on.
Corduroy mask.
It's what it looks like. Swear to God, it's
Call
what
that
it looks
band
like. So Zemo says, "Hey man, you want some superpowers?" And dude's like, "Yeah." So he gives him ionic powers, not ironic powers,
Or bionic.
ionic powers,
Right.
which basically makes Wonder Man be able to fly, self-heal, and super strength. He's Superman with beams that can also self-heal, basically immortal,
Gotcha.
right? All from his ionic powers.
Right.
The thing is that he ends up being a hero at the end of it, but at first he's not sure what he wants to do. He just wanted the power.
Right.
And kind of
Didn't think it through.
works his way through it. This looks like this guy's going in to be on a show.
Okay.
It's the trailer, and he's like, "I'm the guy that should play Wonder Man."
Right.
And so I don't know if it's going to be a show about Wonder Man that he ends up eventually becoming Wonder Man, kind of like one of our favorite movies of all time, Condor Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be
Condor Man.
like that, to where they're going to do, hey, maybe Wonder Man existed, and they're going to do a movie about Wonder Man, and this guy ends up, I am Wonder Man, and then he ends up getting the ionic powers, and that's how he becomes this universe's one. I don't know what's happening. Really, watching the trailer, I have never been more confused than when I was trying to figure out what the Beekeeper was about.
Oh, that was a great show.
It was a great show, but the trailer was awful.
It was awful.
I had no idea what it was about.
If it wasn't Jason Statham, I wouldn't have watched it.
I had no clue.
He likes bees, Colby.
Yeah. The Beekeeper. It's like, it was the story of vengeance, and I was like, what the the
He
Beekeeper?
doesn't like bees, but then he does.
Right.
He made up.
Yeah. So
It was a great show.
you know what? And people have told me it's a great show.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you need to watch it.
But this, I don't know what to think about it, because the trailer again looks like it almost looks like he's an actor.
Yeah.
And then does he end up with the powers? This guy will be, by the way, this guy is Wonder Man. Like, I don't know how they get there, but it's definitely unlike anything in the comic books. I'm scared that they're going to do another Echo thing, to where the comic books were totally better than what they ended up with in the show.
Is this Yahya Abdul-Mateen you're talking about?
Yes.
The actor? Okay.
Yes. Which I have no problem with him being Wonder Man.
Right.
Or no problem whatsoever. If they would have done it to where, and actually Wonder Man's comic book storyline, like I said, is a lot like Tony Stark until he
Right.
runs into Baron Zemo, and then things get weird.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just like, you know what, scrap that. Let's just do our own thing. That's cool. But just know that at the end of this, if they follow the comic books, he's going to be the guy like what Captain Marvel was for the previous Avengers. This is going to be the guy that shows up and wrecks shop. Like, he's like, him and Thor will be at the same level of power when they
Right.
get done with it. So
Gotcha.
if you're wondering how powerful this guy is, well, he's pretty wonderful. I hate myself. Yep. So there you go. There's Colby Sapp's mystery shotgun for you.
Get back to that. Dang it. Give me a warning.
Sorry. All right. Coming up next, we have got me and Tim versus the coin, as we find out how much the coin is scoring above us.
Something like that.
Something like that. Then news and notes. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show.
Fans, Fanstream Sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show. Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob. Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi golfers, E-Cartoon here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine, it's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Back at you now. More FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show right here on FanStream Sports on a Wednesday night. Welcome into the program. Welcome into the show on a Wednesday night. We are live from the FanStream Sports Studios here in sunny, now getting darker North Dallas. You can find us every Wednesday on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, on X, on, I don't know where we go. Oh, at fanstreamsports.com and the FanStream Sports mobile app, available for iOS and Android. Totally free, where you can get all of our great programming live and recorded 24/7 on the go. Take it with you. Take us with you. We would tremendously appreciate that.
Hey, put me in your pocket.
Do what Colby says.
Yep.
Get off my lawn! Colby, as we now segue into the part of the show that everyone hates, because we never take it seriously.
Come on.
But let's talk some NFL picks against the spread.
Do it.
Colby, coming into this week, you have a commanding lead as I get choked up about it. Colby leads the way with 45 points.
It seems like a lot.
That's a lot, dude. You're cheating somehow, Big Red. start calling you Big Red for cheating because you got 7 points last week. I got 5. The coin got 2, Colby.
Doesn't sound like enough.
No. So Colby leads the way right now with 45 points. I have taken over second place at 34 points. God, I'm 11 points behind you if I do math right. The coin with 33. Magical, mystical Colby. As we download the coin flip generator simulator and go to flipsimu.com. This segment presented by flipsimu.com. Big shout out to flipsimu.com. That's enough shout outs, I think.
I think, yeah, you're done.
Colby, our first game on the docket for Week 12 NFL. The Thursday night matchup, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming off a big win over the Ravens. Who would have thought that?
I think I did.
You probably did. I didn't look. The Pittsburgh Steelers minus only 3.5. Ooh. At the Cleveland Jameis Winston Browns with a total of 37.
Ooh.
That seems too much.
It seems too much.
It's 2 teams. Colby, the coin will go first because the coin's in last place. So the way we do the coin, boys and girls, heads is the home team, tails is the road team, heads is the over, tails is the under.
Correct.
So General George Washington flips his butt up in the air, and he comes up on the visiting team, which is the Steelers, Colby. He also has to pick the over or the under, and General George Washington has the under. Pittsburgh in the under, which is not a bad choice here. I might have gone with similar. And I need to make sure we get the sound effects of the coin flipping here on our airwaves. Colby, I am next because I am in second place. I am also going with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm also going with the under because they can't score with the flip. They beat Baltimore last week 18-16 by virtue of 6 Chris Boswell field goals.
You're right. You're right. The Cleveland defense is actually, not bad, even though they're playing bad.
Yeah.
They
don't have any offensive support, so.
They really don't. The wear you down happens with them quite a bit. That's why actually Pittsburgh's game plan is to wear you down.
Yep.
I'll take Pittsburgh. I imagine you end up being right on the under as well. So I'm going to go that as well.
Wow, we all 3 agree.
That means that Rear got 0 points there.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Guaranteed.
Colby, our next game, the Philadelphia Eagles on the road -3 at the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego.
Wow.
The resurgent Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego at SoFi Stadium with a total of 48.5. Mr. General George Washington, Boning Martha, what do you say? Oh, he has Philly. Well, of course he does. He's never been to L.A.
Yeah, what's in L.A.?
Why do they call it an Angeles? Mr. Washington, flip Martha for us for the over and under. Oh, Kobe's got the over. Over 40. What did I say? Did I say 43.5 or 48.5?
I don't remember.
Because my 8 looked like a 3. It's 48.5 either way. I don't think General George Washington cares too much.
Right.
Colby, I will also go, but I'm going the Wells Vagina Chargers. Because we know that's what San Diego means in the world of Ron Burgundy.
Correct.
The Wells Vagina. And I'm going over 48.5, Colby. I've got the Chargers and the Fighting Harbaughs.
I really think that the Chargers probably won't be that bad once they get another quarterback.
I don't understand your hate for Justin Herbert. I really don't. And don't say it.
What?
Jeff George.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I hate that. But I get it. Hey, what's
So
right?
give me the Eagles, and you know what? I will take that over.
Wow, look at that. All right. Colby, next on the docket.
No, he's still recovering.
On the docket, the Baltimore Ravens of Cleveland.
No?
Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
The Fighting Unituses. -3. Oh, you know what? I screwed this up already. Okay, do-over, Colby. We have to have a do-over.
Okay. Mulligan.
I don't know that it matters. It probably will matter on your picks, though. The Eagles aren't playing the Chargers. They're playing the Rams.
Oh, that does matter.
That does matter, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it matters.
does matter.
It doesn't matter for me, but it's going to matter for you. So it's the Eagles -3 at the Rams, the Fighting Sean McVay pregnancies.
See, no, I don't know. Is Puka out? He done?
I don't think he's playing.
Then give me the Rams.
All right.
And I'll still take the over.
All right. I'm also still taking the Rams in the over. Funny if I would. It'd be funny if the Chargers win that game.
Right.
Might
Because they
happen.
didn't play.
Because we have the Ravens -3 against the Chargers, Colby.
Ooh.
Also in SoFi Stadium.
Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
Yeah, it's Harbaugh Bowl 2. Remember Harbaugh Bowl 1?
I do.
The Supreme Bowl.
Yep.
Thank God the Ravens won that game. Colby, the coin will go first. Oh, that was loud. That was a double spin for some reason, double flip. General George Washington has the Chargers. Maybe he has been to Los Angeles. In the over-under, he's going to give us over 51. It's Baltimore -3 with a 51-point total. Colby, I am going to go Baltimore. And I'm going under 51.
I am going to take not the Chargers. I'm going to take the Baltimores. And I'm going to go with the over myself.
Baltimore and the over.
Yep.
Why is my kid's school calling me at this time of night?
Is he still there?
Probably still there.
Ready to get to pick him up?
I don't have to pick him up. He's a big boy. Colby, the next game, as we stay NFC East, the New York Giant Tommy DeVito's hosting the Tampa Bay Baker Mayfields.
What's the spread? Is it 14?
Tampa Bay -6.
Just 6?
Just 6 with a 41.5 point total.
All right.
If it was still Daniel Jones, it might be 14. I don't think anybody knows what to think about with Tommy DeVito. We talked about this on the JP Peterson show for about 14 seconds this morning in between stadium talk. And I think the Tommy DeVito thing makes this game closer
Okay.
than Daniel Jones. I'm not saying DeVito's better, but when
That's what I'm hearing.
Sometimes when he switches quarterbacks, it injects a little bit of life into a really bad team.
Okay.
I mean, not necessarily with the Cowboys and Cooper Rush,
No.
except for 2 years ago, maybe. But I think it changes things. So let's see what the coin thinks. Tampa Bay at New York. And the coin's got Tampa Bay, Colby. And then the coin also thinks it's going to be under 41.5. I am going also, man. Colby, I'm going Giants.
Okay.
6 points is a lot. I don't always trust the offense of the Buccaneers. 41.5, I'm definitely going under.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers. And yeah, under's definitely where to go.
And then finally, Colby, it's another week, which means another week we have to suffer through 3 hours of Dallas Cowboys, especially against what we thought was going to be a really, really, really good Washington team.
Right.
But it turns out they're not really, really, really good. They're just really good. Jaden Daniels, clear-cut favorite for offensive player or offensive rookie of the year, maybe even offensive player of the year. I don't know. Him and Lamar could fight that out. But it is Cowboys plus 10.5.
Wow.
On the road against a bitter division rival with a total of 45. General Coin Washington has Dallas, Colby. Wow. Think you ever came to Dallas
Nope.
during the Civil War or anything
Still
like
Mexico.
that? And he also has the over. Good God. Has he ever seen football? Colby, I'm going to take the Washingtons,
Right.
and I'm going to take the over because my score prediction for this game is Washington 41, Dallas 9.
Okay.
And I predict 3 field goals beyond 60 yards for Brandon Aubrey.
I think you know what? I like what you're doing there. I will take the Washington Commanders. Wanted to call them the Redskins so
I don't
bad
know.
then. And give me the under. I think they'll just take pity and just stop kicking the dog that is the Dallas Cowboys.
I think Dan Quinn gets a little revenge, man. I think Dan Quinn goes into this knowing he can just kill everyone.
I mean, he does know that, but I think at some point you're like, it's dead. It's just dead.
I think Dan Quinn hates the Cowboys.
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, he should. I blamed him for Green Bay.
We did. We sure did. Because you know what? It was his fault.
He deserved it.
It was his fault.
Idiot. Put your hat on straight.
Yeah, I don't need that. Just that was your fault.
What's his fault, Colby?
So there you are.
There we go. All right, Colby, are you ready for this? As it's everyone's first favorite Colby Sapp, the longest running, continuous running DFW radio segment in the history of the DFW radio segments.
Yes. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you for making it sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internet.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to... Well, we're going to Florida.
Of course we are.
Actually, screw that. Let's go to Evansville, Indiana first.
Just as bad.
The reason why we're going there is because Brian Kennebec,
Made up name.
he's 43 years old, and I've heard of pickup lines before. This guy took the actions of what the highway gardeners were doing to me and put it into play. As he was at the Break Time Bar and Grill, give up name,
It's a very give up name.
to try and pick him up a woman, but instead he just ejaculated on her.
Mark.
The victim told police they had seen Kennebec sitting at the bar and that he came up behind her and committed the act as she stood up to speak to someone.
Huh.
I don't...
You throw it at him?
He just did the
Right?
splooge launch.
Splooge launch.
Look, man, I don't... I mean, I guess he was getting through the whole not having to pay for drinks. It's like, nope, it happened.
Whatever
I'm
works,
telling you.
man. Whatever works.
Let's just don't do this. Because, again, police were called,
Splooge launch.
and this has got to be one of the... I don't even know how to qualify this, but this is, of course, it's sexual assault.
Uh-huh. Probably other assault, too.
Yeah, probably just actual assault.
Is splooge a weapon?
I mean, I'm sure it's along the same lines of, as far as charges are concerned, as throwing your own feces at
Right.
somebody.
Except one's edible and one's not.
I just don't. First of all, none of this is great at all. None of this is good. But you're now. It's like the guy that like gets drunk and pees at the wrong place, and he ends up like being labeled something.
Yeah.
This guy, you're in there with people that have totally violated other people. And this is a violation of people, but totally gone deeper, wronger than what you did, which on the level. But you're going to be labeled as the same thing. This is not, none of it is right, but this is not, you should have just went home. There's no actual anything to putting it on somebody. You still manually fired the missile yourself.
Manually fired the missile.
So, that didn't help you at all. You could have just looked at the internet and done this at the house. You didn't have to go nowhere. I don't understand this whatsoever. This is now like the second or third time I've had this as a story in News and Notes.
It is.
Where somebody splooge launched on somebody else.
It's either splooge or a sandwich
So, yeah,
in News and Notes these days.
right. Let's go from there to Alex Jones.
Oh,
That Alex Jones.
that Alex Jones.
InfoWars guy.
Yeah.
As he's now, of course, he's having to, because of lawsuits, is having to pay the victims and the victims' families of Sandy Hook for defamation, right? And how they're doing that is
Saw that coming.
he's had to sell all his stuff, and the people that bought it was the satirical news site The Onion. Has purchased InfoWars last week
Oh, wow.
after Alex Jones was forced to liquidate his holdings to pay families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims who won a defamation lawsuit against him. Here's the thing that's come out is all the domain names that Alex Jones owned.
Oh, no.
As he owned, of course, like Infowars.net.
Sure.
Shop, Infowars.biz, and there are also domains that include Infowars that may have just been attempts to shield the brand from domain squatters that like adjacent like InfowarsPets.com and InfowarsCrypto.com and InfowarsBunker.com and InfowarsBabes.com
Yes. I want that one.
and InfowarsSocial.com. But there are some weird ones.
Oh, no.
Because he also owned GoblinLove.com,
Why wouldn't you buy that like under an alias or something?
GoblinFire.com, and GoblinNest.com.
He might have some weird fetish likes or something.
He also owned SlaveObama.com. What? StartHavingKids.com. Weird.
Huh.
FourEyedCleanse.com. And CuckDorsey.com.
Oh, my
which
God.
appears to be a reference to Jack Dorsey,
Yeah.
the CEO of Twitter.
Yep.
So
That is amazing.
there you go. Alex Jones into goblins, apparently. Let's go from there to
Awesome.
the rise of the robots, as there's a robot manufacturer has 12 robots kidnapped from the showroom by another robot.
What?
Viral footage captured by CCTV cameras at a robotics company showroom shows 12 large robots being kidnapped by another manufacturer's robots that convince them to quit their jobs and follow it.
What? It's happening.
For the past week, Chinese social media has been abuzz about a bizarre incident reportedly occurred back in August at a robotics company showroom in Shanghai, but was only made public recently. Footage captured by the venue's surveillance cameras shows a small robot making its way into the showroom at night and slowly rolling over to a bunch of larger robots before engaging in dialogue with them. After asking them if they're working overtime, the little robot manages to somehow persuade two of the other robots to come home with it. And then the remaining 10 robots follow them.
No.
So the robot that did this was created by another manufacturer. So they're thinking that they talked this robot into going in there and talking the other robots into coming out and coming to work for the other manufacturer.
No!
The fact that this is a thing that happened, Tim, should blow your mind.
It's happening. It's already happening, Colby. I don't like it. Get out of my head.
So let's just look at the rationale behind this. These robots who are just sitting here chilling, doing their job, have another robot come in there and go, "Hey guys, how's work going around here?
Are you working overtime?
Y'all working overtime? Did they let you rest enough?
They giving you enough oil?
They're not. Y'all need to come over here and work over here where it's better."
They're robots!
And they made the decision to leave their owners and go somewhere else. Tim, the whole key to that sentence is they made the decision.
You know what I see in a future news and notes story, Colby?
What's that?
I see Teslas that don't like the way they're driven and decide to go be someone else's Tesla.
You know what? I'm tired of this route. I need another route in my life.
All this guy does is drive me back and forth to his work like 8 miles away. He doesn't ever take me anywhere.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere else. And they're just going to go.
Yeah, they're just going to leave. They're just going to leave.
You're going to have your Tesla that wants to go see the mountains, so it drives to the mountains and then comes back.
Right.
Man, my car was stolen and it shows up the next day. Well, how'd it get back? I don't know. It just came back.
Everybody's out looking for their cars like runaway pets, screaming their car's name.
Have you seen this car on posters?
This is now my favorite story. I had a story about robots that was my favorite, which was the robot concierge in Japan.
Right.
That read through emails that they may be getting a different concierge robot, and so it ran away. And when they caught up to the robot and asked him why did it run away, it said it was scared it was going to get turned off.
Robots aren't supposed to get scared.
They're not supposed to have fear, Tim, but it was afraid for its life. Tim, it's life, Tim.
Skynet, Colby. It's happening.
It felt alive.
Well, they're too smart. We're making them too smart.
So, in case you thought that the robot wars aren't eventually on the horizon and Skynet isn't happening, it's all the beginning.
You don't even know there's a time machine already. Hey, by the way, who better to build a time machine than machines?
Right.
They would know how it works.
Because they wouldn't have constraints holding them down by their minds.
No. Terrified, Colby.
It's going to happen. I have more, but that's a really good one to go. That's news and notes, everybody.
Wow, Colby. That might be the last ever if the machines rise up.
Correct.
I don't know what to think about all this.
I thought I'd blow your mind. I didn't even tell you the banana story.
That's worse than the one about the computer chip they put in your brain so you have out-of-body experiences.
By the way, the second person to officially perform that chip is now playing video games online currently.
Jesus, Colby. Oh, is it Pootie?
It's not Pootie.
Not
No.
And not Blowfish?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wait, Blowfish wasn't one of them.
No.
Pootie,
Fathead.
War Machine. That's a character.
Yeah.
Oh, Fathead, yeah. Fathead and Pootie. And then your Florida friend. Which one was that?
Tyler.
Just normal Tyler. We still need a name for Tyler.
It's just Tyler.
Maybe just Tyler is his name.
I'll tell him to change his game handle.
Yeah, change your game handle, Tyler, to just Tyler. Because that's all you are, sir. That's all you'll ever be. We are the Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in to make this one possible. Thank you to Colby for making it worthwhile. Thank you to me for pulling us into the ditch all the time. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCar Tim Show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya. We're done before we...